Let's
Oh,
go,
am I
no?
missing something here?
No, hang on. Okay, so I can recap it if you want.
Yeah,
Okay, so we started off our day last time with going to the tavern, which was halfway across the city, which we mistakenly realized was the long way to do things, but we met Max's
who's Max?
we met Prometheus's shipmate. Thanks for reminding me. That he greeted us with food, and Kira had a large glass of wine, and just quite happy with that. And
Yeah,
we
she
settled
did
out.
not pay for.
Yeah, that's true. We all were fed quite well, and we heard some rumors about some people that were been turned to stone, and there was another rumor about a ship that was due in port a day or two ago, and it was theorized that a kraken or monster or something has taken the ship. And then we decided to go to the market. A few people. So we started off with Prometheus giving a inspirational speech for 10 minutes with the help of Xander and Phoebe as a backup, and everyone was mesmerized by the how well Phoebe played the harp, and
Magical experience.
A magical experience, exactly. And there was some shopping done as well. I found that I needed to talk to a person in the academy to progress, to find out if I could get more information about the mithril seed. And Carl was looking for mage armor. Prometheus was going to forget where you went to now in the academy.
I went to the School of Enchantment to ask a few questions.
Yeah.
About enchanting them.
Yeah, and did Phoebe go with you there, or
no?
No, where did Phoebe go?
The history of heroes or something.
The Hall of Heroes with Vigor.
Oh yeah, with Vigor. And the note. Where's the note? Okay, I don't have the note. Okay. I forgot the name of the person I was talking with, actually.
You were talking with two people.
Yeah.
They were. Let me just double check myself.
Constellation guys.
Yeah, we went to
You were talking with Chalcoda, a beautiful dark-skinned high elf with long brown hair.
Hot?
And then
yeah,
very hot, and like wearing like some of the nicest clothing you've seen. The only person with finer clothing with like better quality of silk was the queen herself. Like this is just like mage just exuded just beauty and what's a good word for it? Like a form of like hedonism kind of thing, where right, it was just like she was all like everything about her just like pride about her appearance kind of thing. And then the other person you interacted with was a siren by the name of Plainmaster Orena, or Ena.
Plainmaster Orena.
She had red hair and had feathers kind of dotting her face, like around her face, kind of blending into her red hair, like red feathers into red hair. It was an odd sight. I don't think many of you'd ever really met a siren before. and that she also had a on her, like she was wearing leather robes, and like kind of on her robes was a golden pin, but
Oh,
on a satchel across her chest. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's where we left off.
And Prometheus was chatting with a little gnome who was surrounded by what seems to be his own creations, by the name of Kerodotos.
roll.
Kerodotos. And
It's
he was like
loaded
he was
those.
he was like he was like 3 feet tall, if even that, but like like large tufts of white hair and a long white beard, like kind of going for a Gandalf looking style, but he's 3 feet tall as opposed to Gandalf's like 6 foot, and like snow white, and he's surrounded by little clockwork minions carrying his books around the place. And then Carl was talking with an older looking half orc, like bronze skinned half orc, muscular in size, with like a salt and pepper kind of goatee beard, like facial scars and wrinkles, with blue robes and a chained spell book at his waist. I think I forgot to mention that bit last time.
Okay. Just before we start, we have so we have the Minotaur Problem. What do we know about that so far? We were asked by Valaris to Valis, yeah, to
Yeah.
go investigate the problem.
Incision roll. That's where the buying and selling of Minotaurs.
Yeah.
And
So.
then, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
And then those Minotaurs are used for the fights for the Great Games or something. I think. That's all I know.
Yeah, so that's a decent understanding from an outsider to Mitros. Let's see how well the people that are from Mitros know this stuff. I'll prompt you with history. I suppose history works best for this.
Oof. Oh my god. Okay, Prometheus knows everything.
All right. Yeah. So Prometheus, Minotaurs have always been viewed with, I mean, amongst yourself, like those of you that have grown up in the city, Minotaurs have always been viewed with a sense of distrust. You don't really know where that distrust came from, but it's you gather that it's due to the fact that Minotaurs are generally not born. They are in the same kind of well, the original Minotaurs were not born; they were created, or as a result of a curse. Much the same way as Medusa come to be. And while other like native races they don't receive the same kind of racism that Minotaurs receive. The main reason Minotaurs were viewed like that is mainly because they make good laborers and they are entertaining in whichever gladiatorial games are going on. So you know that most Minotaurs you see roaming the city are either indentured servants, free. Some would be considered free, and the others any others are potentially just like indentured bodyguards if they are not serving in the Colosseum itself.
Get ourselves a nice Minotaur friend to protect us.
We could, and Valis asked us to investigate this to so
She is.
has
This is something
lost-
she'd been trying to deal with for like ever. She'd been constantly trying to combat this, this kind of inherent racism against Minotaurs because she, like, it's been she's always been a vocal, like individual against what is effectively Minotaur slavery, but the money's too good sometimes.
The money. She's getting money?
No, not Vala's getting money, but the money is the money the money in Minotaur slavery is too strong, and it's kind of like a little bit of a U.S. kind of thing where, the money pays for the the people that have the money just give a little bit more money to the king, say yeah, keep the Minotaur stuff a little bit on the down low, and
Gotcha.
forget about it.
Okay. So I guess we can do some question around to investigate this.
You do know where the main places are as well. There is a Minotaur Market in Stygian Row, at the base of
It's
the book.
roll. Going to Stygian Roll. I'm
Yeah,
assuming that's a market that has everything, right? Not just
Stygian
Minotaur.
Row is like a huge section of the city. It is pretty much like the poor quarter. It is where
Oh.
those that like the people that have the less nice jobs live, or those that don't have jobs at all live.
The slums.
But at the same time, there are like notable Matrosi establishments that are situated in Stygian Row. Most like what's one of the biggest ones would be, if I could bring up the map again. Well, the market itself, the Temple to Lutheria, the infamous Satyr's Tail Tavern, and the Siren's Roost brothel, which is
Cool.
one of the most kind of expensive brothels ever.
Are they hiring?
You never know.
Let's
can
go.
ask. Let's go earn some money selling some ass. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. By the way, so okay, so we've all gone off to our different things. I guess we're
You're all
just
in the
starting
academy. Yeah.
off. Would it be a bit of metagaming to say that we'd all have agreed to after our chats to meet out in the open?
So you all went and did your own thing at around like 1:30, 2:00. Carl, on the other hand, sent a message to, was it Phoebe or Leia?
Both
Leia?
groups. Both groups.
Both groups, to say, so Phoebe, Leia, and Vigor and Xander would know that Carl is spending the rest of the day in the School of Abjuration to learn a new spell. So
they didn't even get that much. I just told them to like not look for me.
Yeah, not look for
I'll
you.
be back later.
Yes, but like Carl is currently unavailable
Look at this.
unless
No backings.
but yeah, Carl is effectively unavailable unless you want to interrupt. He won't be available until like
Thank you.
dinner time.
Oh, what'd you buy?
Bought some alcohol. Sorry, I'm here. Oh, wait, before we leave the academy, can I ask Chakota something in the siren?
Oh no, we're still in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you still you guys haven't left. So what do you want to ask?
Because I'm gonna ask the two of them. Do you by any chance have a navigation system around the Leia and more? I guess in a way, like if say we're on a boat, you want to explore, the universe. How would you say we should navigate this place? How navigate around? I'm gonna ask the two of them. I think they know the answer.
Okay.
if we need to make a roll, you have to make it for me.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
almost thumbs up.
I'm rolling myself for the two of them.
Thank you.
So Chalcoda has no clue. She
Well, the
she is
planner
she's
master.
the playmaster Arena. She just says, I I have heard of a device. It can be used. To my knowledge, it works off constellations.
Device that works off constellations that can
And
help us navigate.
yes, it's a very old artifact, but I believe the one that would know I believe it's called the Antichrist. I believe is the pronunciation of the name.
And take care of
Um,
Lutheria.
Not Lutheria, no.
If you type it in chat, I'll make a note of it.
Yes, I will. I'm working purely off memory here, so I don't have it off the top. I don't
Okay,
have it
that's
written
fine.
down.
Damn, you
And
memorized
take
that! Oh my god.
Yeah.
And take care of Lutheria.
I can find it.
No, Leia just says it out loud. Yeah, and take care of Lutheria.
Anti-cure Lutheria.
And take care of Lutheria.
Is like Lutheria the bad bitch, or
Lutheria is about
Antichrytheria.
Anti-Lutheria? Okay.
But
Okay.
I've heard of this. It is an old artifact. I think
Where was it
it
last seen? Is it in a museum somewhere?
in Vallis potentially.
Oh,
Ooh, Vallis.
okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. She should have everything.
It is. I've only heard of this artifact because I attempted to find it myself, and then any
Oh,
leads. Because I believe the artifact is capable of not just traveling this sea, but also elsewhere.
oh, like another planet? Plane?
Eventually, that is what I want to find out.
Get. Alrighty. Thank you for this information. I'm done here.
Okay, so the conversation that we left off with the seed.
Sure.
You pretty much said fucking planet and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So did I give it? I gave it to.
No, you still have it.
I still have it. Okay.
She took it to inspect it and then she gave it back to you.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Where do you think we should plant this if we're gonna try do this?
That is.
Oh, I know a place.
Go on.
I think there is a place where it's where the Leia is. Like there's a central place.
Oh, you speak of the.
It's the heart.
What's it
Heart.
called? You speak of the Golden Heart.
Golden Heart.
The Golden Heart, where
I think. Yeah, I think she became a tree, right?
it is interesting, the nature of Thalea, because Thalea is. When you speak of Thalea, do you speak of the goddess? Do you speak of the land, or do you speak of the plane? Because they are three separate entities, but at the same time they are one. It is interesting. So, do you speak of the goddess? The goddess is present at the Golden Heart, or do you speak, or that the Golden Heart is the center of the plane, center of the realm of the land that we live? Because it is, I have attempted to venture to the Golden Heart before, out of idle curiosity, but it is difficult to sail there.
Where did you get to the Golden Heart?
I did not get far. Our the ship I chartered, we came under attack by pirates,
Oh.
and we lost a good 3/4 of the crew and had to
Mm.
turn around.
We might have chance to go because we're adventurers, you see. So I
Mhm.
think potentially in about 1 or 2 weeks, we'll attempt to go
I
venture out.
I would like to be considered as part of your crew.
That would be
Oh,
that'd be very helpful.
yes! Oh, you must have heard of us by now. We saved
Yes, you are all, the two of you are very recognizable. Given the tales that we've heard, even make the academy here.
Oh, we love to have you.
And
It would be
and
so
you
nice.
see Chalcota who'd stepped back and just was watching this conversation happen as she was just kind of stroking her hair and just kind of itching her neck. She goes, "Yes, the Calites will not shut up about you. All the time they spend in their taverns, what they should be spending in their books."
We love to
And
have you because we would need expert navigators to guide us.
Arena goes, I will take you up on that offer then. Have you procured a vessel, perhaps?
We have a lead on where the vessel is. And
Ah.
so-
Okay.
that's all I can say. But
Come get me when you.
I will send you a message
Ah.
when we're about to leave.
That'd be good.
You might hear it in your head though. Just.
I understood.
Yes. Well, if you're obviously you must know a fair few spells yourself.
I do indeed.
Yeah.
My knowledge of magic tends to be more odd than and she gestures to check out than my colleagues. I focus on another aspect of learning, that of the planes themselves. She gestures to the
Yeah.
orrery that you see, and it's you see. It's odd seeing the room you're in, because it's like one of those Smithsonian kind of museums where you've got like the central sun and then the planets roaming around. It's similar, but it's flat discs moving around. Some of them more central, and you got maybe 4 or 5 moving around around the center of the sun, which and then you have beyond that another ring of maybe 12, 13 discs, and then beyond that 24. And they're all moving. They're not moving like a perfect circle. It's kind of like a sphere.
Yeah.
And they are all connected in some way to the central pillar, but at the same time they're floating independently. It's odd. It's a very kind of unusual contraption. Something that neither of you would ever have seen before.
I was kind of fascinated by this contraption. Could you show us how it works?
Oh yes, it's working right now. She gestures. The inner ring are I believe their best way of describing would be the material planes. Thalea being one of them. Beyond that, you have the more nebulous, those specifically for death and life, but they are more abstract concepts, and then beyond that are more elemental planes, where that tends to be where any elementals that you might encounter originate from.
Like wine elementals?
I don't believe I've ever heard of a wine elemental.
Oh, we just fought with them. It's
Interesting.
insane. Yeah.
Well,
Alrighty.
wasn't that a water one? Technically, it is water. Why?
It's wine.
You hear Chalcota step into, like, just kind of chime in, go, "Ah, yes, you speak of the wonderful elementals down in the vineyards. Yes,
Yes.
they are delightful. Great for parties.
We should get one on our journey, actually. A wine elemental.
Very
Or
messy, from what I remember.
Sure.
We gotta have them in like a basin or like a bath, so
Yeah.
they don't leave wine everywhere.
wait,
You'd have it for
We
like a
want-
grand hall, maybe.
I do recall seeing records of past kings having elementals at their more grandiose banquets.
So where's Mirror in the in relation to the
One of the central ones
Okay.
rotating around.
so I guess if we just try, if you're coming with us, we could probably find a place to plant the seed. Or is it better
Yes.
to plant it here, do you think?
I believe something to originate from Mirror. It would most likely be better to plant it
In
outside of someone's jurisdiction. You do not wish, because wars between
Oh,
Mitros and Arisia have been fought over very little in the past.
that's a good point. Yeah, okay. We'll hold on for now. You're welcome to join us. I don't know if you're busy for.
Oh no, I will continue with my own research. Send me a message when you have your
I will.
transportation organized.
Okay. So yeah, when we have a ship organized to go, I'm sure we can find a crew.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to the other
Are
guys.
you done?
Yeah, you can go. We'll linger there for a little bit and like.
Yeah, just small
Yeah.
talk with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
After you leave, Chakota stays to talk. You gather some business with Orina. Okay. So that just leaves. Prometheus, are you doing anything?
I'm
Anything
pretty
more?
much
You're pretty much done.
I'm pretty much going searching for people.
Okay. I'd say the first person you'd probably find would be Phoebe then. Phoebe and Vigor. Coming out of the Hall of Heroes, unless Phoebe has anything else you want to look or do in the Hall of Heroes.
I'm good. I got nothing about my hubby.
Yeah. On that regard, yeah, you rolled pretty damn well, so I'd say it's odd the lack of information about your tribe.
Yeah, I'm
And
kind of not surprised.
it feels almost like a surgical removal from history.
You did say that. Actually, you repeating it does help. Is there anyone there I can speak to? Like someone who's in charge of the Hall of Heroes.
Let me double check.
Could be an archive room you have to go to.
Well, the Hall of Heroes is kind of like its own. There isn't like a specific archivist for the Hall of Heroes. It seems to be just kind of a place of it's one of the two main places of research. So it's maintained by it's kind of overseen by by all of the heads of the different schools. There doesn't seem to be like a someone that's been deliberately chosen as like the head archivist because but there are like some more senior looking mages that are currently kind of looking after some of the scrolls and moving some stuff around.
It's okay. I'll let it go. I'll just go to that female island. We'll get there. Damn it, thank you.
Okay. So if no more nothing else to do, I'd say Prometheus, you meet up with Phoebe and Vigor soon enough. And then like maybe 5-10 minutes after that, you get joined by Xander and
Will we say Vigor looks up stuff about his family, I guess?
he already did his own stuff.
Oh, we already did it. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect.
What he looked up, he didn't really find too much on.
Cool.
Okay.
Because he asked the wrong questions.
Oh no.
Or did he?
So,
Or did we ask the right questions?
That's the question.
We could like, hey, we always can go back.
You can
It's
always come back. If you got like, the academy is open for you all. They all know who you are. You are all at the What's a good way? What's your fame level actually?
we already
really
have merch, don't we?
we're B movie
You
stars.
You would probably be about fame level 6 right now. So
out of what?
So we talk.
out of 20.
So we talking like.
So it's described in the player's guide as tales of your great deeds have spread to the cities, and your presence draws many curious onlookers. You have free food, drink, and lodgings in Astoria and Mitros.
Oh, sick.
Ooh,
That's what the game. That's what the player's guide says. It's kind of somewhat true. People do when you walk along, when you were walking through the city, people did kind of turn to look and like, are they who we've been hearing about, kind of thing. No one's kind of people aren't in awe of you, but when they recognize you, they're like, oh shit, you're those people, okay, and you have a bit of a name.
okay.
Cool.
You gotta
So-
tell Kira's doing her job.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'd imagine the speech that Prometheus gave a little.
That helped things as well in Mitros.
Yeah.
It didn't bump you up your fame level,
Okay. Yeah.
but it was fucking good. It was a good speech. You got people talking about you a lot more.
That's good though. Yeah. Good.
It's like fame level is, if you read some of the fame level, it is some of it gets bonkers. So I'm not just gonna hand out fame level like
Yeah.
like crazy.
Okay. So you'll hope you all got everything you wanted done. I think we should think about what our next step is.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe heading to Cintron's Row to try and investigate, or Surgeon's Row. So Surgeon's Row to try and investigate what maybe what our next step is with the crisis of the Minotaurs. Maybe
Or
also do some exploring as well.
okay, do we remember where the location of the stone people were appearing?
You did not. You only heard rumors that people were being that one or two people had been turned to stone.
Okay.
But you did not hear where.
Should we
Probably.
go after that first, maybe, or do you want to go to try find out about Minotaurs, or do you want to do like bounty hunting or whatever?
I think if we go to Stygian Row, that's where everything. That's where we'll get most of our information.
Okay, we still ask questions about both things.
Yeah.
So yeah, technically, like, okay, we're still in the academy. I might just.
What do you want to do?
Is there like a literature area that spreads news?
Hall of Heroes probably be the best place.
Okay.
Wait, as in like that
A
store, like anything.
newspaper
Like
area.
the Hall of Heroes is kind of like general history, and it focuses. A lot of it focuses around like specific, like historical heroes or figures from the past. But it's also just like the general kind of history of either the city or the greater history of the land.
Okay.
If you want like some of the more kind of like other topics, you'd go to the
I'd be looking for like modern day conversation that would be happening.
you might find something.
Okay. We could go as a group to just ask a few questions about the Minotaurs and because this is like literally the knowledge center of the city. So if we maybe start our questions here and then work our way down.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. Or do we maybe try and find out a guard captain probably knows more about these people missing? I guess the tavern as well probably has a lot more rumors. The main
Yeah,
one.
if we're talking about rumors, maybe the academy is not the place to go.
I'm
That's
going
kind of the thing.
Staging Roll.
Yeah.
If you're looking for more up to date knowledge, you're not going to really find it in the academy
That's
because
fine.
everything has to be double checked, and you have to have your references. You got to have
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
primary and secondary sources for everything.
It would, I guess, if we were gonna look at anything in the academy, it would be on the history of how to deal with a Medusa. Which would
We
be...
just show them a mirror, just like our basilisk. Do we kill a basilisk?
Well,
we did, right?
You did kill Bath. You killed two.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
could we,
Astoria.
Leia, could
I still have my mirror.
can you do a check to see if you know if that'll work on a Medusa?
Okay, I think we can talk to the Medusa. That's one thing. And then if they don't behave, we just show them the mirror. Okay. Do I need to check for this?
You want to check to see like would a mirror work against Medusa?
Yeah.
Like,
You're
Oh,
on
actually,
your
no. I remember you said that they have to be dumb enough to fail the check. As in, then
No,
they'll get
no,
turned
no.
into
In the case of
I guess it's a wisdom check. Or something,
in the
right?
case of the basilisk, it was one of those things where it was stupid enough to not recognize itself in the mirror. So it unleashed its gaze on itself.
Yeah.
But if it's one of those things where if you maybe if you show the mirror in the middle of it of something unleashing its gaze, it might reflect it.
Ah, like a surprise reflection.
Yeah, so that would have worked against the basilisks as well.
Gotcha.
Like if you had said you prepared that if the basilisk had tried to use its gaze on you, you'd throw up the mirror in front of you, reflecting it back. That would have worked against the basilisk. Might that work against Medusa? You don't know, because let's be honest, they are incredibly rare, and I don't think any of you would have met one.
Well,
in your travels.
didn't Queen Valis
Then I
meet
think the
one?
whole heroes is probably the right place just to ask about any encounters of heroes destroying Medusas or how they combated them past. That might be the first protocol. We could ask a question in there and then move on
Yeah,
to the
just general
Okay.
information.
Who wants to do? All of you want to make the check, or make a check, or one person with advantage? One or two people with advantage.
We could
Up
do
to you
Is
guys.
this history?
Not good charisma.
It would be history, yeah.
History.
Who's good at
Yeah,
history?
if you're looking for like specifically like ancient, like people who have had encounters with, then
Like my history's a bit poo, so.
I can try.
Same, yeah.
I can
Carl,
try.
is your history okay as well as players?
Carl's having sex, apparently.
Oh,
here.
true, he is.
Carl's not there. Carl's
That's
just
true.
doing his
Where
own
is Carl?
Laying some pipe.
Alright, after we do the check,
Are you playing Elden Ring, girl?
Hey,
Whoa.
what the hell is Elden Ring?
I'm chilling until I get released from this prison.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
considering it's like 2:30, and
What
he won't be free
time?
until like 6. It's 2:30 in game, so
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I
that's
forgot
all,
to
yeah.
ask him about the time. We don't know. Shit, do I have to do another spell?
he just
Like-
I think it was something along the lines of he's not free for the next while. He'll let you know or something. Or
Okay, getcha. Can I
Okay,
do the history
then-
check?
yep. Okay, so who's doing the history check?
We just let Leia have advantage, I guess.
Just Leia and Prometheus.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Okay, history check with advantage.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, it's a good thing.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Not good.
Okay, so Prometheus. You find some stories of Medusa, but like the more you read up on them, the more you're realizing that these are writings of like an acolyte maybe 100 years ago, or a student that had never seen a Medusa before, and had only ever heard things about Medusa from word of mouth, and then wrote this long spiel about how to fight a Medusa that is completely just coming, like you're able to piece it together from your own encounters, like your own fighting ability and everything like that. What this person has written is complete bullshit, and that's the only thing you're able to find. But it's an entertaining read. Leia, you find numerous accounts of ancient heroes fighting Medusa, and Medusa fighting on the side of the heroes. You find historically a very mixed view on Medusa. They are very much an intelligent being in that they are cursed. They are not born as Medusa. They are straight up cursed. You have to be cursed to become one. And there is always a way of reversing the curse. And some Medusa go on the side of good to reverse the curse. Some go on the side of bad. But there are a few names that stick out in your mind of vanquished Medusa. Fuck. Where did it go? Like you come across names such as Ketty was an infamous Medusa that existed 340 years ago. That
Teddy?
went Keti. That went on a rampage through a section of Odyssey, killing hundreds before being slain by some mighty Odysseian heroes who time is forgotten, but the name of the Medusa remains. But you do see another name jump out to you. That of Pelagia. Pelagia.
Yes. Is she still alive?
You don't know. The only thing that is referenced around her is in relation to fuck if it loads. Let me double check this. Can you remind me off the top of my head, because I can't find it in my notes, Xander, what your ancestor's name was?
It is.
Horath.
No.
No. Jansen's name is Adriana.
Adriana. So yes, that is the Pelagia was.
Pelagia Adriana?
No, Pelagia. The only name that you see Pelagia, and the only other name that jumps out to you is that of Adriana. And it references to Adriana as the head of the Myrmidons, who was slain by Pelagia.
Mm.
Damn.
Time to
Okay,
get some vengeance.
slain Adriana?
Yeah.
Which is the head of Myrmidon.
No.
My ancestor.
This is something that Xander does not know yet.
Yo, Xander, bro. I'm gonna tell him
but,
about this.
What you hear about Pelagia was that she was ancient by the time that she fought with Adriana.
Okay.
the histories, some of which you can probably with a 22 understand, are a little bit inflated, but they all say that she was the first Medusa.
The first Medusa. Oh shit.
Oh damn.
The first one to be cursed?
Or the
She
original.
like
Cursed
Dracula
by
and
who?
She could have made the curse by accident. Or on purpose.
Also, yeah, I tell everyone this. And
Oh fuck! Is he saying my ancestor?
but
You found the name of who killed my ancestor.
well, no. Oh yes. Well, yes.
You mean yes?
Not
Yes,
sure
he
if
did.
she's still alive though.
Yeah. Damn.
You've
That
heard of
doesn't matter.
like you see in the histories multiple depictions of of heroes that have tried to fight against Keti and died, and then those that tried to fight against Pelagia that like they heard the tales and they went in search. Some returned, some didn't. Many didn't.
What fight is this? Is this the same war?
She predates the war, and stories exist after the war. So all of the histories around Pelagia, you find documents that predate her, and
Yes.
documents that exist like within the last 200 years.
And then the thing between Myrmidon and Pelagia is
Was
that
500 years ago.
that's the war.
That's the war.
I'm gonna go over to Lane. I'm having no look here. And when you were reading, was there any? I saw this goofball trying to give an account how to fight a Medusa. Was there any good, interesting ways that people went to approach to fight a Medusa? Any prep that was mentioned in the stories you read?
So the only stuff that Leia would have found was in the in the retellings of how they slayed Keti in Arisia. A lot of the knowledge is a bit vague, but it generally comes down to just your numbers and the what was it? Yeah, pure numbers and the favor of the god Narcissus.
Norse.
Narcissus.
He
Anyone
sounds
know,
familiar.
Can I do a religion check?
You can indeed.
I'm gonna brainstorm as part of the group. I'm like, who the fuck is Narcissus? So,
He sounds
13?
familiar.
You've never heard of him before.
can I ask the group, guys? I have no idea who's Narcissus. Anyone of you guys know?
Sure. I can roll.
Oh no.
Is this a religion? I can do a
This is-
religion.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Our cleric is probably the best person to ask that now.
Yeah. I know all the gods, but the best one is Kentamane. Please?
Yeah.
No clue who Narcissus is. Never heard the name before in your life.
In my life? Holy shit. Okay, this is not a god.
None of it. Like, I'll also say like only Prometheus and Leia would have been able to roll there. No one else would have heard of Narcissus. You'd have no reason to know because you're not proficient in religion. And also, Carl's not there.
True.
You can keep
maybe
that
we-
on for the next time.
Yeah, we keep that on ice, and we can also maybe when we pass the Temple of Lutheria, I'm sure, or something, we can maybe ask someone or
Yeah.
the Temple of
Kira
Sidon.
might know.
Kira
If
might
he's
know.
a
That's a good-
god.
Jesus God
Is he a
herself.
god?
Surely she would know.
Kira's around. She's kind
Yeah,
of
it might be.
you see Kira has kind of stepped away from you all, and she's reading her own scrolls, and some like poems by the looks of things.
Oh
You
shit.
see like a little tear come out of her eye reading one of them.
Oh no. Okay. Do we ask Kira? She looks like she's
Yeah.
very into reading a sad
It's
romantic novel.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe you're getting from it. It's not like it's like you're getting the vibe of like she's reading
A
she's
fanfic?
reading like it's kind of like a very it's not a tear of sadness. It's a tear of like bittersweet. She's reading like a very like a romance kind of story, romance history.
A sex novel.
History.
Yo, this is a big library, isn't it?
It
We
pretty much
need
is,
some
yeah.
things on our journey, though. We
Get
need
some
like
saucy,
a nice,
saucy material.
Hey, you
saucy.
probably if you're looking for saucy, you'd probably be better off going finding a bookstore.
We'll find one
wouldn't
in
blame you on that
the
question,
outside the academy. I'm sure. Right near the brothel, maybe. I'm sure. Usually,
Maybe we ask Kira on the walk down towards Cynthia's Row. Or yeah, I think that's what it makes.
Okay, I have one last question for the academy. I guess.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to do. I just want to find out during the war 500 years ago, who was on whose side. As
what do you mean by who's on whose side specifically?
Like just a general idea of, because it's a war between Lutheria, Sidon against the 5 gods, right? I just want to know, which country is on whose side. Like, it's Minotaur.
Like the specifics of like the kind of like the nation states and like
kind of like are the satyrs and stuff, are they on?
Roll the history check. Did you get the prompt there?
Did I? I did. Oh, well, there it is.
Ooh.
The only stuff you find is like the stuff that is common knowledge. That it was all of the stuff you find is just saying that it was the cities of Astoria and Mitros and Arisia versus everyone else, and the 5 gods and the main Dragonlords versus the twin titans of Sidon and Lutheria. That is all you can find.
Okay. I think that's it. That's all from me.
Okay. In that case, if you're finished in the academy, it is, I'll say, with all of that kind of researching that you're doing, at least 45 minutes have gone by, coming up on 3:30 now. What do you want to do with the rest of the day?
I guess we walk around the academy and wait for Carl to come out. Or we can make our way to Station Row, but like Carl probably don't know where we are.
Well, could we send him a message and just say meet us over here, kind of thing?
We could.
Head down to
or we could do that, or we could hand wave and say that you spent a lot longer in the academy than you actually did.
Oh yeah, let's ask more questions until fucking Carl comes out.
like I was just kind of picking. I think the amount of questions, the amount of research you were doing, 45 minutes wouldn't have cut it. You would have been there a lot longer.
Probably 3 hours or something.
I have more questions to ask.
Go ahead. If you've got more questions to ask, go ahead.
But then I'm gonna take up the whole session, so like I think we should take turns asking.
This is gonna be a short enough session, so there's no harm to.
Okay, what about Hexia, the green dragon? Where is she?
You were asking about Hexia. Okay, history check.
That would be related to Prometheus, because Prometheus
this
told us
this before. This question would take an hour. 18. What you find out about Hexia is that she's a green dragon.
Yes.
And there's a play written about her. The play is called... Shit, let me get my notes up on Hexia.
That bitch stole my mother. What?
Stole your mother? Oh yeah. But what if she is your mother?
Very wild. That'd be even better.
Like Pithore has a lot of sons.
Where
He
the
has a lot of mothers.
fuck did those notes go? Hold
Hmm,
on, let me find them.
good point. Why can't I transform into a dragon? What the fuck? I got cheaped out.
Oh, maybe you should ask that question. How do we become a dragon? How do we raise a dragon?
You probably
Maybe-
need a
maybe there's
25 or
a-
something like that to get down to that.
Maybe there's
Um,
a how to raise a dragon handbook that we can
Do it
borrow.
again, do it again.
find my notes.
Oh, Baggy,
This-
is Skyrim meeting?
Mm,
Give me like 10 seconds.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I found it now. Move it over here. Sorry.
I'm back.
All right. So the play that you find is called Pithore and the Five Sisters.
Oh shit. Is this a
Um,
sassy
and
one?
it's a long play. And I don't know if you want me to spend the full time reading it out.
Can I borrow this book? This will be our journey book. Our sussy journey book.
Okay, so to give like a brief kind of rundown of it, I might be shortening it out, but it talks about Pithore as the main theme of the play is Pithore as the god of battle in a world of peace, set after the end of the war. And it's discussing what does he do, and he happens across a green-haired woman by the name of Hexia. And he is adopted into who had been adopted into this family of 4 sisters. And as the moment their gazes met, they begin to challenge each other in different ways. Rivalry turning into a passion within seconds.
Oh shit.
And they marry. And then it turns out that it's a bit of a tumultuous marriage. 2 very strong personalities that like drew them together now tear them apart. And there's numerous scenes around this tumultuous kind of
Sex life.
some of it. It's not exactly tame, but at the same time, it's tasteful. But the thing is, Pithore's eye wanders, and
Oh, the slut. Oh.
he follows them all one by one, courting them each, and each fall for him.
Are they
Hexia
all
herself,
dragons?
no, Hexia. The only reference to the sisters is that Hexia was adopted into the family of the 4 sisters. And as Pithore kind of beds them one by one, and they all fall from one by one, Hexia becomes suspicious but doesn't say a word. And Pithore ends up there's some scenes where Pithore is dancing with each of the sisters, and then is drinking, and then at the very last one he ends up proclaiming his love for the youngest.
Oh no.
And
What's her name?
it's not mentioned in the play. And it is seen that like I'm trying to cut short. Like I'm trying to give like a synopsis of. It's a pretty long written out play. And Pithore ends up as he proclaims this, the sister walks off stage and Pithore starts drinking heavily, not noticing his seething wife off to the side, heartbroken. He then proceeds to marry the youngest sister because this is ancient Greek setting.
Is that Prometheus' mom?
But the wedding is interrupted by a Lysis Archenlander.
Who?
Um,
Arthurlander?
Dragonlord, motherfucker.
if you can make another history check about that name if you want, but you wouldn't need to make another history check. Lysis Archenlander was the ruler of Astoria before Pithore was ruler of Astoria.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a long enough thing where they end up they're like Lysis interrupts the wedding, some back and forth. Pithore is drunk out of off his face, challenging Lysis to a fight. Fight begins, and Pithore eventually wins. There's a bit of back and forth, and Pithore and the sister kiss, and Hexia walks in, and seeing the affair with her own eyes, she walks to the center of the to the center of the stage. I'm reading a full fucking play here. And she the play ends with the after a long monologue, and it's long, a long monologue from Hexia. She unsheaths a dagger, turns towards the sister, the curtains close, and you hear the sister scream. That is so. With an 18, you find out about that play. You know that Hexia is also the name of a green dragon, that has been terrorizing Thalea for ages. Kind of, it's hard to tell when like you can't really find a conclusive with an 18. You can't really find a conclusive date of when she appeared. And what else would you know? Would you find out about Hexia?
Is she still alive? She probably is.
Yes. You've all reports indicate that she's still alive, and that she most likely lives in either the Forgotten Sea or the Cerulean Sea. Just in the sea. In the sea to the south.
In the sea. To the south.
Under the sea.
Well, all of the sea is to the south.
Okay.
But the majority of it is. Some of it kind of wraps around. It's a lot of it is a bit fucking weird. It's every
not the
on maps on the maps. The seas are always the Cerulean Sea is always to the south, but the Forgotten Sea is depicted as always being to the south, but it's one of those things where they don't really know where anything specifically is, because in the Forgotten Sea, those that have been there, it's hard to really figure out where
I forget what the sea is, you know.
Well, no, it's figure out where something is in relation to other things, because it's easy to get lost.
Okay. Cool.
But yes, you do discover that she is most likely alive. That if the play is to be believed, she was originally married to Pithore, and
wasn't Esther Archelander the ruler of Astoria?
Is that a question for me, or is that just an open question?
Because you said earlier, Ileana Archelander ruled Astoria.
Lysis.
Lysis
was the last mortal ruler of Astoria.
But that is founded by Esther.
Yes. Just like it would be common knowledge that Mitros was founded by Esther's brother Telemach.
Okay.
I have one last question before we go.
Go on.
Sorry with all this thing. Could I find information on the Lotus Witch?
Wow.
You can. Oh, this is gonna be a spicy question.
I will help you.
Oh. You're helping? Well, no, you're doing your own. You're doing your own research. So he's doing this while you're doing that. The Lotus Witch. Did you get it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
Natural one with the plus of 0.
Oh no.
You find nothing.
Nothing.
You are just, it's one of those moments where you're just looking through every kind of scroll that you're just opening it up. It's like you're throwing it away before even reading the full thing.
Yeah.
You're rooting through stuff and you find nothing in relation to the Lotus Witch. You don't even know what, like, if there even is such a person as the Lotus Witch. It's like, to you, this Lotus Witch is just some figment that other people are talking about, and there's no proof at all that she even existed in
I'm
the
gonna have to
academy.
go back tomorrow and find out.
Well, no, I'd say with the one, you are confident that there is nothing in the academy related to the Lotus Witch.
Okay.
That is the one thing you are 100% certain of. With a natural one, you are 100% confident that there is nothing in this place that is related to the Lotus
Alright.
Witch, because you did a thorough look and you found nothing.
Okay, guys, there's absolutely nothing here about the Lotus Witch. I'm wasting my time here. We'll have to go somewhere else for it.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go. Let's go see if Carl's done now.
At this point, yeah, Carl would be done. Like, so,
It's getting fairly late, but I think we could still make it down for a bit of evening pints and chats in the tavern. We should head down to the bar. You know, the what's this called? The Satyr's Tail. For everyone's game.
I got a Satyr's Tail. Okay.
Oh, I'm not done with school yet.
What time did we say school was finishing at?
I thought you had sex.
I'm still there. I'm not back with you guys yet. I need to ask him questions.
Okay, you want to ask Macon questions? Okay. What are you asking
Yeah.
Macon?
So I want to thank him for his time, first of all. First and foremost, for taking the time to teach me the ways of his class, the ways of his school. But also, I wanted to ask him. I've been studying the ways of war magic for many a months, but I think I seem to have made a severe mistake in doing so. And I was wondering if you would know if it's possible to change and go to a different school to learn from them instead.
Well, what schools in particular attract your attention?
Oh, there's only one. The School of Divination.
Divination. We do have a master that is learned in those arts. Bit of an odd man. If you are used to speaking in circles and riddles, I'm sure you'll enjoy his company. Gazod Emberbeard is his name. At this time, and you see him. You see, he lifts up his cloak, and you see like an odd contraption on his wrist of some kind of clockwork, but also inherently magical item on his wrist as he looks at it, and he goes, at this time, and with the moons being the way they are, and the stars, I'd say he'd be asleep right about now.
Right.
If you come back in the next day or two, I'm sure he'd be free to entertain you.
Rightio.
He's an I will point of warning. He's an excellent teacher, but odd.
Ah,
Yeah.
a fellow man, a fellow odd man.
He is, and he's not a point of order. Also, he is not a man. He's a dwarf. So
Even better, even better. Oh, sorry to go out of meta or out of character. I'm more so hinting to the fact that I want to change subclass.
Okay. Well, that might be able to be achieved, depending on how long you spend in the city of Mitros under his tutelage.
Back. All right.
Well, it's
that-
something that like you can, if you train.
But that's gonna take a while, right?
It won't be like a day. For sure.
Back. All right. Fair enough.
I gathered you were thinking of that, but it is something you
yes.
can do, but it will take time.
Okay, that's fair enough. It's good to know that for the future.
Yep.
Because I want those 2 rolls so we can rug you.
Oh, you want to go for that subclass? Fuck
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
The fights aren't doing it for me anymore. I gotta throw you somehow.
All right. Okay. So after you know the questions from Michael.
No, that's it.
All right. So I'd say by this stage, you will have all met up in the main kind of gathering area where you see some of the students now leaving towards the city proper. Some of them kind of bunching together and gesturing of like talking about what kind of bar they're going to go to or tavern. And some saying, oh, they're just going to go back to their dorms and work on something for their master or whatever classes they're doing. Some are the kind of more party going, and some are the more kind of uptight.
For just by the way, for the message spell, for example, for our wizards and cleric, I think we'll ask it. Do you have to know the person to send the message spell, or can you be told the person?
If you're asking me, you have to know the person. You have to have you have to at least have an image of them. Like you have to know them.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes
you have to. It's one of those things where you have to have met them to like have like a conceptual knowledge of who you are sending the spell to, sending the message to.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
any pretty much anyone you've met, you can send a message to. Even someone you've seen at a distance. But like it's you have to have like a conceptual kind of mental model of who they are.
Okay, cool. That's all. I'm ready to march away there.
All right, so where you're going to the Satyr's Tail?
Yeah.
Satyr's Tail?
Is that a tavern, is it?
It is a tavern. It
That's
is one of the more
tavern.
well-known. It is one of the most well-known taverns.
Phoebe, there's a tavern named after your tail.
I know, right? I bet it's the best one.
It is the best one. I
It
can
is.
tell you a few wild
It's
nights
pretty
from there,
good. It's
you know.
pretty good.
The Satyr's Tail, for those that are native to Mitros, it is infamous. Depending on when you were there, like, and that can change day by day. It can be high end. It can be incredibly chaotic. It can be a sailor's tavern. It can be like a gang night. It can be you don't know the theme of the place changes all of the time. It's chaotic in nature. Sometimes you could find the lords of the land or the lords of the city or the nobles of all the major houses visiting the Satyr's Tail for a night of drinking and debauchery. And then there are other times where it is purely there are 15 ships in from port and they all go to the Satyr's Tail. All of the sailors go to the Satyr's Tail. Like it is one of those kind of places. It is there is never a like defined set of clientele. But the only thing that is true about it is it is in Stygian Row. So traveling down through from the academy past the Great Palace, you see lights up in the palace and troops marching, standing on parapets and marching along defensive walls around the palace. You see around the Temple of Sidon, you see a very familiar silver dragon reclining on the roof of the Temple of Sidon. And past that, you see a crowd outside the Temple of the Five. People some looking to portray some kind of evening worship. Others just gathering for whatever reason. Through the royal gate, guards are still letting people come and go with ease. You gather from what you're overhearing from some of the guards talking that they'll be closing the gates at 9. And moving into the Cosmopolitan District, you see a lot of the trade kind of traffic has dwindled by this time of evening, by coming into evening. But the Cosmopolitan District is always busy. It being part of like one of the major parts of the docks. It's where a lot of the more kind of well-to-do dock work is done. It being so close to the palace, and you do see some evidence of the small enough Matrosi navy being positioned around there. Moving down, you find one of the main streets that leads into Stygian Row, passing the Temple of Lutheria. The Temple of Lutheria, as you're walking by it, because you do have to walk by it to make your way to Stygian Row, just to the Satyr's Tail. The Temple of Lutheria it's a small temple, but it stands out from its surroundings due to the obvious wealth that has been lavished on it. You see golden embroidered black pillars. You see it is just gold accents everywhere and anywhere, but it is pitch black pillars, pitch black stone that for the temple itself with gold filigree. You see some symbol like above the main archway that leads into the temple itself. You see the same kind of eye that you've grown very familiar with seeing attributed to Lutheria, with what looks to be a massive sapphire in the center of it, purple-looking sapphire in the center.
Can I nudge? Can I nudge Carl and I go? I spy with my little eye and point to it. Isn't that stupid? Never mind. It didn't hit. Okay.
Didn't hit.
Okay. But you do see, as you walk by, you do get a glimpse of the interior, and you see it is dominated by statues of a grinning, dark-eyed woman with long, flowing hair, holding a scythe. And you see casks and painted jugs of wine stacked around the interior of the temple. And as you walk by, a sweet fragrance catches your nose. Passing by there, passing by the temple, it's about a 15-minute walk to the Satyr's Tail itself. And already as you're approaching the tavern, it is a medium to large sized tavern, much nicer than the tavern that you visited early that same morning. It is medium to large. It's what's going on with the music? It's throwing me off a bit. But it's medium to large. It's got in parts of it looks decrepit, and in other parts it looks more kind of lavish. It's like this tavern doesn't know what it wants to be. there are parts that look like it's been renovated, and other parts that look like have been completely left to neglect. Some of the windows are broken and look like the wood around it looks like it's been shattered and just left to rot for years, and then other parts look brand new. This place is an oddity just to look at, but it is also packed to the brim with people. You see people spilling out into the streets themselves, all holding wooden mugs that are stamped. You can see stamped with the symbol of the satyr's tail, which is that of what looks to be the rear end of a satyr and a fixed tail kind of coming off of him. It's kind of just like, yeah, just the lower half of the satyr with the tail coming out is the symbol of this tavern. Yeah. Do you enter?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Okay.
Certainly.
The interior of this crowded tavern is thick with smoke and various pleasant and unpleasant smells. Smells of fine scented tobacco or other forms of smoke, like smoking like shisha or potentially. It's hard to tell, but it's that kind of smell. And then there's others of just like a nightclub kind of smell of like you don't know how many people cramped into into an establishment like this, and you're getting the aroma of all of the people. And many of the patrons on this particular night don't look human. They look to be half elven, half orc. You see one or two satyrs themselves. You see there are a few humans, and dwarves, gnomes. It is an eclectic bunch of people here. But what you know from Mitros is it is, I wouldn't say predominantly a human civilization, but humans breed like rabbits. So it's odd that the humans are the minority of this particular tavern on this particular night. Some of them are obviously sailors, but it is difficult to walk through the tavern due to the many inebriated patrons. What do you do?
I'll order some drinks for the crew.
We get free drinks, don't we?
So as you shoulder your way through the crowd of people, you finally reach your way to the bar, the actual bar itself. Um, 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 you see a short, but not dwarf, but a short, older-looking gentleman behind the bar, kind of directing other bartenders like to around the bar itself. What do you do? It's quite noisy with all the talking and stuff. So.
I'll get a nice large ale.
So do you try to attract his attention?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Like,
What do you?
hello, can I get a ale, please?
He notices you. He looks at you and goes, "Yeah, give me a minute." And he goes back over to. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't recognize who you are.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of a bit of a busy shift, and he's dealing with one or two somewhat rowdy half orcs that are attempting to like squaring up to each other as he's just kind of watching them behind the bar.
Do you have a map, or is it, or even just a tavern?
I don't have a map. No.
Yeah.
Can I get one?
You just use a previous one, maybe.
Let me see. Maybe get one here. Hold on a sec. Hold on 1 second. It's too small.
No worries if you don't have one. So.
I have some tavern ones, but then they're too small for this place. Damn it. because I didn't really know where you wanted to go, so I have some
That's
maps
fine.
for some stuff. Let me see. Oh, so what are you looking for in this tavern?
Just rumors, pretty much rumors chatting to some of the patrons, especially if there's Minotaurs here. Maybe see what the vibe is, and
I'd like to do an
and then
insight
any
check for people who look like they know what they're talking about.
Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. I'm just getting a map up here now.
Okay.
So you're looking for people that look like they might know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like kind of more. They don't look like they're pissed out of their minds. Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you get. So this one might look familiar because I think we used it for the Star Vintage way back. But it will not have any walls up because fuck doing that right now.
Sorry.
Put out some NPCs as well. Put you guys out onto it.
Cool. I'm gonna go trying to track the that head bartender's attention again. I'm trying to walk up with the wolf headdress, still wearing it, and trying to attract some attention. And if he doesn't come over, I'm going to use a command word. So
No patience at all.
no patience. I'm an important man, you know, with a big ego.
He really needs to know where the toilet is.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got an image for the tavern keeper. Oh shit, where'd it go?
Take
Doing
time.
this very quickly. I gotta find back in my NPCs. Ah, fuck.
I really like the Witcher soundtrack though. The way it hits the spot.
Yeah.
Like the vibe. Good. Good to you. Jasmine, did you say you were getting some drink today, did you? On the way back? He's got some tea.
I got this, but it's pretty shit.
How is it?
Strawberry.
How much?
Because it's I need to have it with ice because it's too potent. I don't have ice, so I'm like drinking it.
Maybe have it with something else.
It's already mixed. It's like it has rum and strawberry and lime.
Nice.
It's apparently made in Dublin 7, made by a bartender in the.
So what's it called?
It's a craft cocktail, strawberry daiquiri.
Daiquiri, yeah.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Sponsor.
Is there a sponsor of the stream?
She did not pour send us monies. We accept Ethereum.
It's like give us the ETH.
ETH, bro. Like the ETH.
Why isn't it updating?
What time do you want to take a break, or you go?
After 10ish? Good for me.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
Ah, fuck, that didn't work. All right, I'll do. So I'll bring us over to this scene. I'll put a light down so you can see the whole place. This is just not actually what it is like inside, but it kind of gives you an idea of the size of the place. There are people everywhere. Oh, stop the rolling of the dice.
Oh
Chicken
shit!
nuggets!
Wait, did you just get that right now?
Yeah,
Chicken
this is sort of
nuggets.
comeback.
Oh shit! That's some.
Best
Yeah.
sister ever.
That's a good sister, man. That's a good sister.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets.
I ordered chicken nuggets from the bartender. From all.
Okay.
Why'd you get a
Alright.
Big Mac as well? Or...
So
No,
like
it's
this is
funny.
these tokens are not representative of
Damn.
everyone that's
Oh
there,
my goodness.
but it's just to give you an idea of the size.
That's cool. That looks very nice.
Shit, here again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I'm reusing a map, but
Is this
it'll
the
do.
first one we used, was
The
it?
first one, yeah.
Oh wow. It's been so long.
Seems a
Oh,
lot
I
smaller.
remember this place.
Wait.
There's piggies at the back. Oh, so cute. Lily piggies.
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
all right. So yes, it is busy in here. What do you So you're so let's say Xander, you're up by the bar.
Yeah. Cool.
Whoops. You are. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
You gain you've managed. I'd say after a little bit of attempting, you would have gotten his attention,
Okay.
and he comes over to you, goes, what do you want?
Could I get 3 local beers, please? A wine, a whiskey, and a cocktail of your choice.
We don't do cocktails here.
Okay, then maybe like a
What
tea.
about Satyr's Tales?
That's the name of our local beer. We don't do cocktails here.
Give then.
But this is, I'm not sure you look, and he gestures to the clientele that he has. He goes, they don't really seem like the cocktail drinking type.
I've seen some
We
very
do
fancy...
have wine. We do have wine, and
Then
he
make it-
gestures behind him, and you
then
just
make-
see there is a selection of wine. It's not a great selection. It's not as nice as what Bron had. Was it Bron? No, John had.
I guess it's.
in
I gesture to Kira as to
Laughing Fox.
what if she wanted wine or what she want.
She what does she want? She just looks around. She goes, I'll have. She steps in between you and Prometheus as you're both at the bar. And she goes, I'll have the strongest drink you have. And he just looks at it and goes, a bit small. He's kind of squinting at her. He goes, how do you feel about? And he's kind of looking around. He's like, I have some stuff from the Temple of Lutheria if you want to try it.
Do I hear this?
No.
What?
Well, you can make a perception check. Well, Prometheus and Xander would have heard this, but
She'll take it. We just killed her actually. So
I want a bottle of it.
yeah. So let me make you make a perception check here.
Come on, this is my best thing. Come
Oh,
on.
that's a
It's
3.
still good.
For and you have +8 and 11. Over the noise, you would not have heard. You were
If you asked me, maybe, or if you said, I don't
well,
know.
like Xander and
I'll come. I'll
Xander
just be
and
like,
Prometheus would have heard this.
yo, What y'all doing?
I'll say Kira's getting this fancy drink from the bartender, and
Bruh, I want it. Let's make it 10.
I ordered
He-
some drinks for everyone else. I don't know what people are wanting. But...
Okay. He goes, all right. In that case, I'll come to. You see him kind of doing some mental maths as I try to remember how much alcohol costs.
I thought we get it for
Oh,
free now.
by the way,
He doesn't know who you are yet.
by the way, Mr. Bartender, I'm not sure if you recognized the goddess of music, Kira there.
You see him squint. He goes, really?
Yeah,
you just see him go,
yeah.
what? Oh shit. On the house for you and your group.
Hey.
Next one, we'll talk. But this one on the house.
Thank you.
The what do you call it? The oracle's chosen appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Now he twigs who you are, and he goes, yes. And he hands out what, three or four ales and a wine and 4 ales, a wine, and
It was a whiskey, I think.
a whiskey, sorry, and I don't know what Phoebe would like, and then 2 of a mysterious drink that he says he got from the Temple of Lutheria. It's
there,
the ales that you all receive come in a wooden tankard that has been got a black char of the outline of what seems to be like hooves ending with a tail coming out the back end, the symbol of the tavern. And the whiskey comes in like a small stout glass that could do with a more intensive clean, but it's passable. And then the 2 mysterious drinks come in like a metal kind of, not like an iron looking tank, like cup, about like the size like a thin cup about the size of, like, not like narrow and thin, but tall, bigger than a shot glass, but
Yeah.
not like a tankard, like a cup,
um,
no handles.
I know
Okay.
you're very busy right now, sir. And I really appreciate the drinks. If you have a second, or even a few minutes, if you have a second to come join us, I just have some questions which might be to the Mistress benefit. If you were to share some
Yes.
information with us.
Step over here, and he gestures over to the side of the bar. He moves over to the right hand side of or his left, your right hand side of the bar, and you see him kind of almost forcibly, like, this is like he looks to me in his about 50s, small enough guy, but muscular, big arms. Let me just double check. Oh no, sorry, not big arms. He's missing his left arm.
Oh shit.
You see it ends in a stump just above his elbow, and you see him kind of forcibly pull one of the younger bartenders, like a young enough human, across the bar and plopping him where he was standing, and he moves over to the edge. What do you want? What do you want to know?
Well, as you know, we recently sent back just dispelled Sidon's storm that was on the area. A few questions was, have you heard any rumors about the people turning into stone around? We're a bit worried about the city. And maybe your patrons too.
Personally, I haven't heard shit about that. If you want to know more, where's Frickson? Where the fuck is that little fucker? And he's kind of like looking up, and he's like, if you find a satyr in here, like a little shit, he's probably strumming his lyre somewhere around here. He'd He might know some more about that kind of shit. I tend to my own business. I need to make sure that this, and he gestures with his stump. So he's kind of like he's kind of like, well, this all is belongs. This all stays like fucking calm, because with sailors on a night where ships aren't in port, this can turn fucking sour very fucking fast. So I don't really. I'm giving you more time than I probably should, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll repay that as long as we're
check
here.
with that satyr. Fuck, he knows more about what goes on in this city than I do at this particular time.
And just now might still tell us to go there as well and talk to your friend there. But do you have any news about any troubles that are brewing between the Minotaurs at the moment? Are they causing? There's a few here tonight. Is there? Are they
Minute,
causing?
there's no minotaurs present at all. You don't
Oh,
see
I know.
any minotaurs or at all. You don't see any like. You haven't seen sight or sound of them since sunset. You haven't seen them at all, like at all in the city. He goes, Minotaurs? What the fuck are you talking about, Minotaurs? What do you want to know about Minotaurs? What do you want to know about them? Like,
Um.
they
Oh.
we don't get them here.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time anyway, sir. And we'll.
Fine. He just turns around. The moment you say you appreciate his time, he's gone. He's back. He's back on the bar, and you see him just kind of slap the back of another one of the bartenders, the back of their head, just kind of because they messed up the counting of some of the money, and the patron had already left,
Yeah.
realizing they don't like the bartender realizing the patron had underpaid, and you just see he's coming across as a bit of an asshole for his staff, and rather dismissive of everyone else. But yeah, if you want to go looking for this Saturday, I'm sure you can. Actually, you said you were looking for people that were paying more attention. Xander. So, what was going on around him?
15.
15. So the people that stand out to you are, you do see a satyr playing what looks to be a lute, not a lyre. Off on one side of the tavern, and he seems to be kind of strumming away, and not a lyre, his panpipes. Sorry, kind of playing away and entertaining a small group of sailors as they're chatting and they're just kind of casually watching him. And he seems to be keeping a very keen eye of everyone that's around him. You also spot a young enough looking human that is kind of sitting with his back against the wall, just like nursing a drink, nursing what looks to be a tankard, and just like eyes just like roaming across everyone. You see yeah, that's about all you've seen.
Okay. I nudged Prometheus. Hey, there's a satyr over there playing music. We could have a chat with him first if you.
Yeah.
If you.
Yeah, it sounds like a promising lead.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just grab that pint there and let's go talk to him.
Yeah. So I guess I just walked up and say, "How's your evening going there, sir?"
You see him blowing away, and as you approach,
yeah.
Welcome. How can I help you? I am providing a lovely little bit of entertainment to these gorgeous-looking chaps around me. Are you looking for some entertainment too?
Yeah, like, is there any stories you got going on? Like, or any like rumors or?
Not the best kind of segue into looking for information I've ever come across.
More
Not
so,
the worst at the same time.
you know, like,
So,
is there like a do you have like you are more of a bard that makes stories, or do you like
Oh, so are you looking for a little bit of a narrative twist to some stuff, or are you looking for information? Because I can do both. I can give you a story that will make you just
come?
I can make you give you some thoughts for the night to come, but or I can give you details on some of the ongoings of the city.
I'll tell you what.
Well, and that'll cost you though. Actually, now that I think about it, both will cost you. Are you looking for something pleasurable to end the night with, or are you
Okay.
looking for something to keep you going in the daytime?
We'll keep it simple and we'll go for the information, but just between the
All right, that'll be 5 gold pieces. Then
5 gold pieces.
beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I gave you?
I don't do this for free.
What if
I
I gave
don't-
you
I d-
information and then maybe you could do like 3?
That depends on the quality of the information now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we all there?
Whoever wants to be there can be there. Yeah.
Can I offer? What if I join you in some music and we make you a little bit of money, and then
Ow.
you can keep all the
Hello.
profit?
It's been a while since I've met a fellow satyr myself. What do you go with? Looking at what instruments you got?
Oh, wow! I've got this gorgeous little harp.
Oh, I haven't played with a harp in a while.
Mhm.
The harp. The harp. So keep that in mind.
It's a gorgeous little harp.
Okay, you're getting some talking up here. How about half an hour of the two of us playing, seeing what we can rake in here, and if we rake in something decent, then I'm sure I can give you some information.
Sounds like a plan. Everybody okay with that?
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very fair deal to me.
Okay, I might knock off just to go to Kira if she's around and say, Kira, give Phoebe a little bit of helping hand with her next musical ballad. That'd be great.
Kira's just like, no, I would never do that. You're asking me to influence another bard's talent? You want me to inflate their ego beyond what they're capable of, and then they go to the next tavern and they fail miserably? I'd never do that. No. There is only one or two things that I hold sacred in life, and that is the integrity of music. It has to come from the soul. It cannot be influenced by outside forces. And the other thing is a fucking good cake. Those are the only things I care about. It's the integrity of music itself, and like you're starting to realize this is more the fact that like you realize Kira no longer has the cup in her hand. She's after downing whatever she was given, and then just is no longer holding it, and had a pretty immediate effect on her. And she's like, the more you're focusing on her, she's kind of swaying a little bit where she's standing, and she's like, music is the most important thing ever.
What about carrot cake, Kira?
Carrot cake's about like a C. Rhubarb, that can go fuck itself. But like
chocolate mousse.
Oh no, now and you see like now that you start talking about it, she goes, "Oh, I wouldn't mind a good peach pie." Oh,
that's high now.
She's completely just thinking about cake now.
Okay, we'll go back to what Phoebe is playing.
All right. So Phoebe, I'll have you make a performance check.
Please.
13. Wait, do you get advantage on performance with that harp? Let me check.
Well, she's assisted by the other satyr, isn't she?
Well, the other satyr will be making his own roll.
Okay.
I'm just reading it over. No, it doesn't really affect your performance. So he will roll separately.
Oh boy.
That's it. Bad.
So he's got a +6, so that's an 11.
Okay, that's not bad.
So, but it's like he's playing the pipes, and it takes a little while for you, Phoebe, playing the harp, because it's been a while. Like for you, the last time you played with someone who was playing on the pipes, was probably when you were last with your family, when you in your tribe. So it's odd trying to get back into the rhythm of playing with that instrument. It takes some time, but you end up making a passable performance, the two of you, as you both kind of find a rhythm between each other. And how much? I'd say you over the course of like half an hour to 45 minutes, you would accumulate I'd say about like 2 gold pieces and maybe 5 or 6 silver from like if you add it all up together. Some of it would have come in as coppers, but just for talking's sake. So yeah, you would have accumulated that kind of wealth. He's Ferguson is a bit like, he's looking at what he pulled in. He's like, that'll do me for maybe the next 2 nights. Okay. What do you want to know? It's like, what do you want to know?
I gesture everyone to have questions.
Okay. First thing.
Where is he?
Where's that man? Where's Rachel? What have you heard about people being turned to stone in Mitros?
Oh, why didn't you lead with that?
Well, it's an
I
interesting.
would have. Oh my god. Yes, I've been waiting for someone to ask that question. And the best thing I can say to you is, he points over and you see at a table, like a bit of the ways through, and you kind of looking through the crowd of people, you see two humans, very similar looking humans, almost like they might be siblings, both male, with like very short cropped hair, kind of bronzed skin. Well, one of them bronze skin, one quite pale, and like kind of a large nose, and they're both kind of hunched over the table, like just facing each other and just sipping away at ales. Because you see those two over there? They're the ones you want to ask about anything Cult of the Snake related, because that's who's doing the fucking stoning of people. And he's not quiet about saying this. He's pretty much just like, finally someone's asking about this shit. I've been holding on to this for ages. I thought some guards would come to me. Those are the two fuckers you wanted to ask about. Those are the two guys that know what. Those are the two that like are. Those are the two that know all the shit about what's going on. It's like, thanks for the money, but I would have given you that information for free.
Well, we want more now. We're not finished yet.
What do you mean? Okay, what else do you want to know?
Well, like, okay, we can say we do want to know about. Okay, me personally, I'd like to know
Yeah.
about the Lotus Witch.
Who the fuck's the Lotus Witch?
Yeah, okay, you don't know.
We got enough weird shit going on this time. We don't need a witch that's into lotuses. What is lotus a flower? What the fuck is a lotus?
Sounds like someone you find in the Siren's Roost.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, yeah, that might be the name of the new whore up there.
Yeah.
Lady of the Night. Treat her with some respect, you motherfucker.
It's a brothel. What? Who the like? If you were going to a brothel, you're one of two things: man whore or whore.
Aye.
Or
Maybe
you're
that
a
might be
patron. You're a patron. Yeah, that's 3 things. 3 things. I've only been there twice myself. Very enlightening experience. I'll have you know, I learned things about myself that I never knew. I
What?
never knew I was in. Mhm.
Sorry, no, go on. Go on.
No, it's fine. I was probably gonna overshare a little too much there, but I don't want to ruin your night with my kinks.
Sure. I'll buy you a drink anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'll give you a drink.
give me some of the Oresian stuff. I'll tell you everything I know if you give me some of the Oresian stuff. Now, Xander and Prometheus, you know the Oresians, like the Oresian stuff is an ale that comes from Oresia that is infused with olive oils that originated in Oresia. It's a weird kind of drink, but it works somehow. And olive oils that come from Oresia are expensive as fuck, just on their own, let alone infused into a drink. So he's like, give me some of the Oresian stuff, and I'll tell you everything you want to know.
Let's go with just a regular drink, okay? First, and then we can chat.
Fine. Yeah, go on. Gestures like you go. You get given a drink. No real. You don't have to pay.
Okay.
For this, but he's kind of like looking at the rest of you, as you walk away to get something, and you plop it down in front of him. Thank you very much. What else can I regale you with? What other information that I might be privy to that you might want to know?
The ship that was due in port.
Oh yeah.
A day or two ago. What do you know of it?
That it didn't arrive. The one, I think there was one or two sailors that were in here earlier that were talking about like that were arriving into Mitros around the same time as that ship was due, and they remember seeing something attacking that ship from a distance away. They had no clue. They just like, it could have been that it hit a wave wrong and capsized, and the sailors saw something in the clouds, or it could have been that it was actually attacked by something. We've no clue. Sailors like to make shit up, and I would know that considering the general clientele that I'm performing for. There's probably some truth that something did attack that ship. Might have been some pirates. But yeah, the fact is the ship didn't make it. It was due to make it. It was due to be in port. So.
And Prometheus, did you have something you want to say about?
Yeah. I have two more topics. I'm not sure if you're hearing any. Is there any, let's say, lucrative contracts that might be coming up for bounties? That's the first thing.
Oh. Depends. How high are you setting your sights?
Well, anything bar a Titan they have to take out, we're pretty much game. So,
well, major places of wealth that I'm privy to, what I hear and what I pick up. Well, like, you got the Great Bank of Thalea. That's always, though I don't think anyone's ever tried to rob that place.
well,
You got Temple of Lutheria if you want to get yourself fucking killed. I'm sure they got some money in there or something like that. You got that fucker in what's his name? Taron Nerdagon. He's been lording it up last little while. He comes in here maybe once a month and spreads the money and just tries to he comes in and buys everyone around, even if it's a packed pub, just flashing the money. So he's got some shit there. But he comes and he's been, what have I been hearing about him? He's been buying a lot of buying up a lot of the Minotaurs for the great games that are coming up.
and is he a savory? Where does he get his wealth? Is he a savory character?
Safe character. That man is as fucking ruthless as they come. My God, that guy. Some of it I'm sure is ancestral inheritance. Like the Nerdagon's been like here for since the beginning. But like that guy he's been around for the last like 50 years, and he's been like he's pretty much taken over some aspects of the city trade. And they've kept like there was times where the Nerdagon estate was kind of like they were looking to maybe sell, but then he came along and just completely revamped the whole place. And just now they are the powerhouse in terms of like nobility outside of the king.
Do you have any idea on his or any rumors on his leanings towards his maybe his views, or does he support the Temple side on Lutheria? Or
Oh, it's hard to fucking tell with that guy. He plays everyone, but from what I have heard, he has had some meetings, from what I have heard, with some senior side on officials. Some like there has rumors that like some more senior priests have made their way to his estate for dinners. But at the same time, some of the five gods priests have arrived, particularly one of the main priestess to I think Mitros has been seen going into his place. Was it Mitros or Phallus? I can't remember. But like he's been courting a lot of senior officials, so it's hard to tell where that guy leans. I think he mainly just leans on the side of money.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone
Yeah.
else about them? To anything?
If you look at also, I will say if there are other merchants around the place. I know like Lord Savros got he got banished not too long ago. For what was he do? I think he poisoned the son of a rival of his. So I think he's that family's still trying to like like kind of stay together. Like they're still trying to like retain their holdings. They're kind of all scattered around the place, so that might be a good place to hit now that the main lord has been banished.
Do you have any So I know there's bounties, it's a robbery, but do you have any maybe more bounty contracts to be a bit more legal? You know, they're
Hey, if you wanna know what the fuck's going on with the cult of the snake, I'm sure that's somewhat legal. Those fuckers are.
Sure, that'll be a bounty itself.
yeah.
Yeah, you do it. You do the whole city some good if you kill that fucking Medusa.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks for your information.
Beware the Lady of Coins.
Yeah.
We will do.
Do you want to
Um,
pause and continue the next session in the tavern, or what do you want to do?
Question is, what other questions do you have? Well, what other questions do you have for the tavern? Like, what else do you
Well,
want?
okay,
Like, what could you else potentially want to do in the tavern?
We'll want to talk to the guys that you pointed out.
Yeah, two brothers
The
by
two
the looks
brothers.
of them.
Yeah. I'm not. That's what I want to do anyway. I want to also ask around for Lotus Witch. Oh, sorry.
What was that, Phoebe?
Wasn't there a like kid that was
There was a young human male, yeah, that was also looked kind of like he was back to the wall, kind of watching everyone.
Probably want to try and speak to that guy too.
Okay, so those two. So those are the two, and then from there you'd be.
So
so I can plan. So I can plan next session, so I
next
can have like
session-
maps and everything like that ready. Because Mitros is fucking huge, and there's so much you could do. So I didn't know where you'd want to go. So like you want to talk to those two guys and potentially see where that leads.
Yeah.
It sounds like we want to get to the bottom of the Medusa.
I think
Okay.
that would be a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and
yeah, that's cool.
maybe just mention maybe visit the what do you call it, the brothel.
Oh, you want to
Scientists.
visit? You want to visit the science roots? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to
yeah,
visit the science roots, you can visit it next session.
Like even just
yeah.
if you wanted to sneak in or something, I don't know.
Well, more to offer if there's any high paying patronesses
Yeah.
who might want to get with one of the the
Oh, you want to
group.
sell yourselves, maybe?
Just for the
That
right.
that is what
Yeah.
you're doing.
When do you want to
Make
do
no
the next
scruples
session?
about it.
Actually,
That's a good question. I
flip the
will be
stream.
free pretty much from